Live.
We are live. Hello, everybody. This is Danny
And Wanda.
from Deep South Homestead, and it is hot.
And how are we handling the heat? I got a
Not
fan.
well. We're sitting here now with a fan.
I'm sitting here doing this.
Yeah, we got a small fan blowing on us, which I don't think is doing me any good. Wanda's knocking it all off.
I'm blocking it.
I'm sitting here technically just sweating, but even in the house, it's still with the unit running all day long, about 80 degrees. You know, is probably about as good as we're gonna get. You know, it's not gonna get a whole lot cooler.
When you make sure we are.
Are we live?
I don't know.
No, I don't hit that.
But I got to see if for some reason.
Downsize. Just hit this. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
We can.
Okay, there they go.
There we go.
We're beginning to wonder.
Yeah, we was
all
like.
Right, so they popping in.
Yes, Deep South. It is hot. It is hot, everybody.
Hey, Bruce Sword. Yeah, I'm eating raisins. I had to have a quick snack, and that's the first thing I think.
It is so hot. I'm telling you. These people who live way up north and have these cool temperatures, you better enjoy that.
Yeah,
because
you guys better be enjoying every minute of it.
I'm going to tell you, it is warm. It ain't warm. It's just downright hot.
Very much hot.
Yeah. Everybody's saying it's hot where they're at. Very hot. Very hot. Yeah, it's today. What did I tell you the heat index was today? 115?
I don't know. I didn't hear you say yesterday. I know it was like 113.
No, it was yesterday was 113. Today was 115.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't hear you say today. I just knew it was hot.
It was, and I was like, we just stayed in the house most of the day. I mean, we worked outside this morning. As a matter of fact, we just got in the house from watering the garden. I mean,
we ran over at 7 o'clock and had to water everything. And a lot of people ask, why do we water everything on the hill? We only water when it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
And for 2 weeks it's not rained. And with the heat index and stuff, it's drying everything out. So we can't put drip irrigation or anything over there because it is on the hill. There's no water over there. And we can't pipe it over there. That would cost us a slight fortune. Yeah. And so we don't water a whole lot.
Yeah, our regular temperature today was 100.
Yeah.
With a heat index of 115, and it just I don't know.
Mama's kitchen, so they hadn't had rain in months. It's only been a little over 2 weeks.
Well, but the rain we had was a flood. It wasn't an actual rain. It just ran off. It didn't soak in the ground.
Yeah.
Beth said humidity is 75% there. Normally our humidity is in the 90s, but today it was 58. Did I tell you 58% today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was low.
It was low today for some reason, but still the heat index was just ungodly.
Hey, Andy. Yeah, this morning I took Hank up to the field and put him in the pasture where the goats are usually at. I put him up there so he could run, and I cleaned his pen. And I told Danny I was just dripping. It was just running down my face, sweat. It was so hot. And this was like, what, 7 in the morning? 7:30?
About 7:30 in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, just dripping. It was just dripping off of me. And I'm like, these people that put on makeup and do videos and all this stuff. I didn't even video it, but y'all, I couldn't put on makeup if I had to. This humidity is horrible.
We get up in the morning now. We started what, this week? We get up in the morning around 4:30, or I do, and I go ahead and get breakfast started, and we eat breakfast by 5. And usually around 5:30, we're out the door because if we can see the ground, we're already working.
Will a shallow well run continuously using drip tape or soaker hose? If we put a shallow well.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the thing about a drip tape is you're only going to on like a 100-foot strip of it, you're only going to use 0.4 gallons a minute. So yeah, if you had it should.
Marshall's Farm says it's buffering real bad. Is everybody else buffering?
Well, we knew there was going to be problems because everything today has been buffering here really, really bad. Because the crazy thing about it is, about 15 miles below us has been raining a lot today, and we can't seem to get any rain here. All we get is just heat. And
okay, so some people are saying it's not buffering, so it's just
okay,
going to be something.
Everybody's saying it's not buffering, so good.
Country Girl had mentioned a while ago the fires in Canada.
Yes.
Danny and I saw this. These things look horrendous. And one of her friends, I think, their house was in the path of that.
Uh-huh.
And they've rushed her to the hospital because of smoke inhalation and bad asthma attack because of the smoke. Y'all, if y'all hadn't seen the pictures on our gathering place, Deep South Homestead gathering place on Facebook, somebody posted a picture of that fire moving across. It looks like a tornado.
Looks like a tornado or a bad thunderstorm.
A huge wide strip, not just a little funnel cloud. It's wide, and it looks like a tornado running the ground. Only it's fire. It is huge. It is devastating.
Hank is completely in the shade most of the day. He just lays in the shade all day almost. You know what I mean? And we do put him up in the woods up here.
It is shaded.
And it's all shaded. And he just runs and chases squirrels and barks. And
he didn't bark this morning. He
just chased them today. I noticed that. He usually barks, but today he did not bark.
He didn't bark. He just played. He was really pretty good today.
Yeah, today he was a pretty good dog. Well, for a moment.
He got away from me. He wasn't really good.
Yeah, but that's only because the gate was open and it wasn't supposed to be open.
And he does not like the gate and the sound of the chains on the gate. If he hears a chain, he goes to barking. And even though he's back here and the gate's way up yonder, he hears it. So today, Danny told me, he said the gate is open, going out into the main road. And I said, that's okay. I've got him on a leash. We're good. So I get up. I was so proud of him. He was walking. He's doing what he's supposed to now. He's learning not to yank my arm out of socket. And I was just really being, hey, Hank's doing good. We get to the gate, and I have to move one gate that closes off our road to get to the gate to put him in the field. And so when I touch that gate, he starts jerking and snatching, and his whole collar came off. His little thin face, the whole thing just pulled off of him, and he took off running across the road to the neighbors. Then he went down the road to the other neighbors.
Yeah.
And for about 5 minutes, I was a little on the panicky side. Then he came back, and he was fine and dandy. He had to get it out of the system.
Country Homestead Preacher, yes, drip tape is a lot better than a soaker hose. Soaker hoses waste a lot of water. Drip tape has an emitter every 1 foot down. We get ours from Hoss Tool, and it does fantastic. I mean, they have a kit that you can get that really is really good. Now, Hoss and them put theirs underground. We put ours underground, but we've since learned, I think we're going to put ours right on top of the ground, because it's going to make it a lot easier on us. You know,
yeah.
I mean,
I think this next that we put down is going to be on top.
The next we're going to put on top of the ground where we can actually see it. I think it'll work a lot better.
Yeah. So, I think I need to mention too, pretty early on, we did our giveaway the other day for 70,000 subs, and we did a video. And I need people to let me know their addresses.
Yeah, if you don't let us know your address, we're fixing to draw new people.
Yeah, I'm drawing new people tomorrow. If I haven't heard from the people that won by tomorrow morning, that gives you all night tonight. Tomorrow morning, we're just going to redraw on a few things. Now, the Fresh Salad Garden Collection from Hoss Tools. Lisa Grasty, Grasty. Okay, Lisa, you need to get in touch with me sometime tonight at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com, because we are going to draw somebody else tomorrow if I don't hear from people. Now, the Heirloom Garden Collection, T.I. Port Angeles, already called me, or already sent a message, so we're good. The Pollinator Garden Collection, Heather Fulcher, she contacted me. The Flower Seeds, John J. Walsh Jr. John, you need to contact me. The pickle pipes, the regular ones, Sharon Brown, she's contacted me. The wide mouth Jan Penland, she's contacted me. The solar flag light, Happy Mom K, I've already heard from her. Now the Greenstalk planter, Kelly Henson, Henson. Kelly, I need to hear from you before tomorrow morning. If not, we will have Greenstalk draw again, and that will give somebody else a chance to win. So that's our giveaways, and I need to hear from 3 or 4 of you.
Oh, I noticed Denise says they're fixing to put in a water line out to their garden next week.
Happy Hippie said, Homestead Hippie said, it's been cold
in the desert. I keep up with the weather pretty good bit. I've been noticing northern Arizona, southern New Mexico, and parts of Colorado, all that still very cold. I mean, it's amazing. We had a guy send a message today, said they had frost last night, and not there, but somewhere else in the United States.
Yeah.
So the ground is still too cold to plant.
Yeah, and somebody said they were using some shade cloth over there.
That's Jan. She was talking about last week she was going to be using shade cloth on sweet potatoes. She says it's working well. I think I'm only going to lose 1 plant. We have lost probably 400 plants out of 600.
Probably. Well, the first 200 are doing really good.
Yeah, the first 200 are doing good.
But now we probably put 400 in the other section, and we probably lost at least 2 of those.
2 of those, but we did it again.
Yeah.
We went back and replanted in between everything, so we've lost a lot.
We've lost a lot of plants. And we've been watering them, and we've been having to tote water over there. It's just crazy. We've never had a problem with sweet potatoes.
I have never had a problem with sweet potatoes not just taking off, but this time the sun is so intense.
It's burning the leaves.
The leaves are burning and rolling up on them, and just like somebody's taking a torch and burning them.
Yeah. Okay, so Gemini's asking Buddy something.
It depends on Gemini. It depends on where I'm using mine. Some holes I do 1/16, some I do 1/8. Spook says that their sweet potatoes are doing okay.
But they have 12. Well, the first ones have got to be plowed again.
Yeah.
And the second ones are where the sweet potatoes are. We've been watering all down that. The sweet potatoes are just curling and dying. In between the rows, we have not watered not one time. We've walked up and down the middles every morning, every evening, and guess what? It's almost like
a lawn. The grass is coming up so perfect.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We've been stomping on it, walking on it, and we've got green grass and weeds growing perfectly.
But the one thing we are facing here that's really, really horrible is the squash bugs.
Yes.
I'm killing probably tomato worms and squash bugs. I'm getting rid of probably 20 squash bugs a day off of my plants. Let me go get a peek for me. You're in the bunker door for me. Yeah. We're having tremendous time with stink bugs. Oh my gosh! Mainly because this is August weather we're having, and when you have this kind of heat, these insects just pile out, guys. I'm telling you, they are piling out. Two Family says it's pouring down, raining, and thundering there. I would give anything right now. It has rained all around us. Now, last night, it showered for just a few minutes here last night.
Don't give my video away, totally away.
I'm not going to give it away. But I want to show you what we're picking off our trees here, guys. Look at this. We are pouring the water to our peach trees. We fertilized them and watered them.
Isn't that beautiful?
The music well said that the ground is actually cracking there.
Yeah. The peaches are doing okay. So we're going to have a few peaches.
Yeah.
I have a walk around coming up Monday of Deep South. A lot of people have sent us messages and stuff. We show you the things that are going wrong a lot because there's so many videos out there of everything looking picture perfect. And guys, it's not picture perfect. Everybody's stuff is not picture perfect. It is great to show, hey, look, we've got beautiful peaches. Okay? But if we've only got 10 or 15, then I'm going to tell you we have 10 or 15. I'm not going to say, hey, look, we've been picking peaches and make you think we've got 50 or 2 or 3 bushels or whatever. The tree probably has 30 or 40 on it, 50 maybe. Not a lot, but it has some. They're beautiful. But we're going to show you the things that...
oh, Gemini.
Oh, she's going, no.
Those things.
We haven't eaten one
They
yet.
are so...
I wanted to cut one a while ago. But I'm going to do a walk around Monday if I get it up and everything's going right, showing you how beautiful Deep South is. Yes, we've had issues with the green beans and we've had issues with the English peas, but we harvested both of them. We did harvest quite a few. And the walk around, this place is actually beautiful. It's hot as all get out, but it's beautiful.
I know, it is sad to say. I mean, John Hendrickson said we hand water with a 1 acre garden takes 6 hours every other day. John, that's
what I'm telling you.
That's what we're telling people. We're doing the same exact thing. I'm sitting out there with a wand on my tomatoes, watering the rows. I'm talking about, because we got the fabric down on them. We watering it.
You were watering the
Then I come back up and I watered the green beans. I watered the peach trees. I've been
watering the orange tree. I've been watering the cucumbers back here. What else? Oh, my Greenstalk, I water it every day. We've been hand watering all the sweet potatoes, and I've been hand watering my cabin garden. And I think on the walk around, I forgot the sugar cane in the back, the peppers, the sweet potatoes,
the peppers was the main thing.
The cabin garden. I forgot that whole thing in the walk around, I believe. Now I'm gonna go back and watch my own video, but I think I forgot all of it.
Oh,
but
well.
we have a video on peppers coming up next week, so I'll get that. I have a cabin garden video over on Crazy Days.
Yeah.
I may have to do another one because it is looking pretty good, isn't it?
The cabin garden is almost all in the shade most of the day, and it's the only garden that's actually growing very well.
And it's not perfect, but it's growing, and I got my first squash today. I've got tomatoes about yay big. We got green beans off of a few plants, not many. The green beans were the contenders, and they did not do real well, but they're doing okay. So
Stephanie, I didn't use any corn cobs under my tomatoes this year. We put down the drip irrigation and the row cover and stuff like that. I didn't get a chance to dig the holes like I normally did. This is a new kind of gardening for us. And the tomatoes are okay. They're not as pretty. They're not as pretty as they normally are.
No.
I mean, they're just not doing as
because
well.
he had to dig in a little hole and put the plant and everything in there, where he usually takes his post hole diggers and digs a big hole, puts everything in there, and they're beautiful. According to last year and the year before, those plants were what, 4 feet tall?
Oh yeah.
4?
Oh yeah.
Now they're lucky if they're 2 feet and hardly have any limbs on them or anything.
It's it's bad this year. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Once we get the English peas out of our garden up here and the green beans are done, I'm probably not going to replant until I know that we've got some moisture in the ground.
Yeah, that's what we're waiting
Because it is so dry, guys, that you can drive a nail in the ground. You got to have a hammer to pull it back out.
Willa asked, did we sell the goats yet? We have somebody coming tomorrow, I think. So, yes, they should be gone tomorrow. If
everything goes all right, it's supposed to be somebody coming to pick them up tomorrow.
We still have the pigs. If somebody wants the pigs, the turkeys, if you're looking for a turkey, you need to let us know, because turkey's going to freezer count like next week, possibly. We got to downsize things with this heat. We just can't keep trying to stay in and out with the heat, and so things have got to be different.
Yeah, it's let's see.
Jan says she's found an essential oil recipe for keeping bugs off. It's peppermint, eucalyptus, clove,
rosemary, lavender, lemon, and basil. 5 drops of each in a quart of water.
Okay, so, well, I know I tried the peppermint, just sprayed peppermint, and it didn't really, it detoured them for a little while, but they were back because it did rain on. What is the best homemade Miracle Grow alternative?
Homemade would be probably if you had some composted chicken manure and made a tea out of it. That would probably probably the best I could come
Brad
up with.
and Amarillo's got rain and blowing winds.
Dude, I tell you what,
Texas has had some really rough
They've had some really rough weather, but look, we could use some slow rain here right now. I mean, we really could.
Now, Keeping It Real said it rained so hard in April it took the apple blossoms off. In May, it was dry. The cucumbers didn't get enough. Deer took out the grapes. If I was a pioneer, we would starve. That's what a lot of people are finding.
We're not far behind that here.
Yeah. Ours is making.
Ours is making, but
and
not what it usually does.
We have something to eat. In the video that's coming up Monday, we have something to eat here year-round. So we would not starve. We would eat fresh. Whatever's there, like yesterday, we had some snap beans. That was our snack. So we would have something. Like we've got these peaches.
Yeah.
We would be eating peaches right now. We might eat a peach for breakfast, lunch, and supper.
Yeah.
But we'd be eating peaches.
We would.
When the apples come in, we'd be eating apples.
Now, our apple tree right now is loaded, but I'm beginning to see where the stink bugs are starting to sting them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so the deal is you need something you can eat fresh every day on your homestead. And that is really, really tough for most people to do. And Deep South has been trying for 4 years to get there.
Yes.
And we are pretty much there. There's something here we can eat just about year-round.
I'm trying to catch up with where I've seen it. Danny, did your onions rot? Mine in Oklahoma, we've had so much. Mine did in Oklahoma. We've had so much rain. No, our onions did not rot. They just the freeze knocked them back, and they only made little small bulbs about this big around, maybe 1.5 inches, some of them 2 inches, and we just cut them up and put them in the freezer.
Yeah. We managed to get them before it rained again, right before the flood, wasn't it?
Yes, right before the flood.
Yeah. Why are
stink bugs so bad, Tommy? I don't know, but they are horrendous here. When we went to pick these peaches, every peach on that tree that I picked had probably 1 or 2 stink bugs on every one of them.
Yeah, we had to get it before something happened.
Our cucumbers,
I've got blooms.
We got blooms, but
I've got little bitty cucumbers on some. These back here in the trellis, the teepee thing, they have blooms and little trees.
That J.R. Gavin 100 said the worst garden in 50 years of gardening. Flood followed by drought. That's where we're at. It rained, and then all of a sudden it turned off from being in the 50s and 60s. And went to the hundreds
with no rain.
With no rain for what this is the second week now. We've got 4 or 5 more days of heat indexes way over 100. So
yeah, we are really making the decision to next week go to the U-Picket again.
We are.
We see that things in the stores are going to get really outrageous.
Yeah.
We're looking. I got my first squash today, but if the squash bugs keep on, I'm going to have some squash. Tomatoes, we're going to have some, but they're not near what they were the last couple of years. We may get a quarter of them.
Yeah.
So the U-Picket is something that we're seriously considering this next week.
Barb, if you've got a 2-year-old peach tree and it's loaded with peaches the size of quarters, that's really not normal. Be very careful. Make sure you keep plenty of nutrition to that tree and plenty of water to that tree, because it will overload and it will actually cause the tree to not do good in the next year. But if you can keep it watered and fertilized, don't over fertilize it, but just keep plenty of water to it and some good nutrition, so that it overcomes having so many peaches on it.
Gloria said Mr. John Walker had advanced to the rehab. So that's great. That's somebody we've been praying for a while.
That's good.
Was y'all's English peas small? I saw something about English peas.
No, our English
No,
peas.
they were actually normal.
They were normal. It's just late crop.
It was a late crop, and we got about half of what we usually can.
We picked the last today.
No, we hadn't finished.
We got just a piece of a row then.
Yeah, we got part of a row left.
We got part of a row left. Okay, we're almost completely through, and we're taking the vines up as we go. Yeah,
Beth, everybody's garden's suffering. Now, our potatoes did great. We had some of the best, biggest potatoes we've ever done. But they started off bad because the freeze got them.
Yep.
I chopped them all down, and everybody was really worried about my potatoes, but they were the prettiest potatoes we've ever had, and they made the biggest potatoes we've ever had. So we have plenty of potatoes. I've just got to get the canning.
Beth said ground beef today was $4.69 per pound, and it's going to be going up, they said.
Yeah, I saw somebody else.
We normally pay about $4 and something a pound for ours, don't we?
Not at the store. When we get it from Julie, we pay $4.50.
Yeah, but when we get the grass raised though like that, I mean we pay $4 a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about normal. In the store, it's like $3, isn't it?
I want to say it's pretty close to $4, $3.99.
3 something, yeah.
$3.69 to $3.99. So that's up nearly, maybe up close to $1 a pound up. Yeah.
Amanda, we're not sure when the figs are going to get ready because our tree has 2 crops on it. It has some big ones and some new ones just now coming on. They normally get ready the 1st of July. But
they're not gonna. I don't know if they'll have any of them ready the 1st of July.
We don't even know if we're gonna have enough to can this year, really.
Yeah, there's more of the little ones coming on. So
yeah.
It's more like
maybe like August we might.
Yeah, the first crop there's probably gonna be about 1/3 of what we usually get, and then there's some little ones coming, so maybe some more.
Yeah. We can 50 pounds of Armadillo onions. We are saving everything we can. We're doing the same thing, Deborah. As a matter of fact, we're going to go to the U-Picket this coming week, and the Lord willing, and we may go ahead and buy a bunch of onions.
Yeah, because we can use onions in most anything.
We're going to be making a lot of salsa, so we might as well buy some. Yeah.
They have a lot of things that we want to buy some of and go ahead and be working, because if ours doesn't make, we're ahead like we did last year. We went and bought a lot of peppers because our peppers were stunned. They weren't doing anything. We were not getting any peppers last year. We went and bought a whole bunch, put them in the freezer, and our peppers kicked in and made fantastic.
Joel, what are you using this mixture for? He says he uses tobacco boiled in water, 1 cup of lemon joy, 1 cup of lemon ammonia, mixed with tobacco water, put it in a gallon milk jug, fill it up with 5 gallons, fill it up to full gallon, 5 tablespoons to a gallon, and it will kill. Is this a weed killer or is this
this is Joel
Henderson?
Okay.
So it's not John, it's Joel.
Okay.
So
Cindy Camps is there starting to do pots because their garden's not doing well. You know, we've been having to do a lot of the pots, and that's where we're trying
to keep stink bugs off of squash.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're going to a lot of the container gardening, things like that, my Greenstalk. We're going to bring it in somewhat or bring it over to the cabin smaller, something like that. Are we going to barter canning this year again? Probably not, but we might.
Not. We might. It just depends if we need, because we're getting a beef cow to have butchered, if the Lord's willing, and if that happens, then we won't have any need to barter for meat.
For meat, no. And we probably are going to be butchering at least 1, if not 2, of the pigs. The other 2 may have to be butchered before it's over if somebody doesn't need a breeder.
Everybody says it's buffering really, really bad.
And then the others are saying not buffering.
Tommy,
I don't know.
We don't do the freeze-dried food. Now, if you can purchase it somewhere, it's great.
Yeah.
But it's
Danny has issues with his stomach, so
yeah,
freeze-dried is not something that he will eat. He would if he was starving.
Yeah.
But we just don't have a lot of freeze dried. We do some dehydrated, and we just can most everything or put it in the freezer for later use.
Yeah.
Wanda, how did you do the barter last year? We need to butcher a 300-pound hog and cannot afford it. Well, Julie, the owner of the butcher shop, or whatever you want to call it.
She's a very good friend of mine.
She's a very good friend of Danny's. And so her and Danny have been barter partners for what, 8, 9 years?
Probably longer than that.
At least 9 years.
Yeah.
So they've always bartered stuff back and forth. And so it helps that somebody wants to barter. You could ask the butcher would they barter,
Yeah.
or if they would take part of the meat. But for Julie, what we did is she went to the U-Picket. She bought her veggies and brought them here, and we canned everything for her, and she brought us ground beef in place of it.
Papa Truck preps there. Those little gray worms, we've had those on our tomatoes too. We just have to pick them off and try to get rid of them because we don't spray with anything. Sunset says, do you age your beef? Yes, we like our beef aged at least. I like mine at least 7 to 10 days. I'll try not to go any longer than that. Christy said she didn't get any squash last year due to insects. Trying again this year. Same thing with us.
Yeah.
Have we ever grown biscotti squash? No, not biscotti. I haven't.
We have spaghetti.
Yeah, we've done spaghetti, but not biscotti.
You're having trouble with the spaghetti squash this year.
Our spaghetti squash, the squash bugs or squash borers are killing every one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't answer that. Do we age beef? Yes. Powdery mildew. We don't have it on the squash. It's on the English
peas. It hit the English peas because it rained and then turned off intensely hot.
That always happens with English peas.
Now, one thing we're noticing this year, our rattlesnake beans, a disease is hitting our rattlesnake beans before they even get started, and their leaves are just rolling up on them, and they're not even going to do anything this year, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty as far as color. They're growing. They're probably 1.5 feet tall, but the leaves look funky, so we're not sure what's going on there. I mean, same thing happened with the English peas. So if you remember,
the same thing happened to the English peas.
So we're wondering, we have the black row cover down.
We're wondering if it has something to do with that black row cover.
Or that
the mustard that we put
mustard
the ground
down, and we should have tilled it more or something because, but where the mustard was and those plants were, it didn't affect them.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's the mustard. I don't think that had anything to do with it. We're still wondering about the black.
Any issues with the Kubota? No, we've had no issues with the Kubota.
The
We love the Kubota.
It makes our life easier.
Living Miracle Homestead said that all their beans got burned up. Plymels says you need more bluebird boxes in your garden. We have bluebird boxes everywhere. We have bluebirds everywhere.
But we also have redbirds.
We also have redbirds and
blue jays
and mockingbirds and whatever other kind of birds. Orioles, yeah.
We have all kinds of birds. If you're a bird watcher and you want to watch birds, you need to come to Deep South. We have lots of birds.
A few squash I have planted to bed are turning yellow. Is that from the squash bug? It's possible that it could be a squash borer.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, this evening I crushed. There's no telling how many squash bug eggs on the leaves everywhere.
Firefly Moon Pie says, wonder what squash bugs would taste like. Maybe they're edible. Them and stink bugs and everything else. The tomato hornworms are destroying stuff. I'm telling y'all.
John says he has a row cover, but the rattlesnakes and trelliteers are doing great. This is the first year our rattlesnakes are doing horrible.
But no, we have them in a different place.
We did. We moved them to a different place.
And we've never had that problem with the English peas. But the English peas did horrible. We thought it's the cold. It hasn't been cold with the rattlesnake beans, so it has to be something different.
Christy says, I do not have the black row cover. My rattlesnake beans are doing that. They are planted where mustard was. I thought it was the heat and no rain. Okay, so maybe it's the mustard.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Lake effects saw a
Pileated woodpecker. We have those here.
What is that one?
That's that big old giant red-headed woodpecker.
The pretty ones?
The pretty ones, but there's one that's really rare that's only in the Mississippi River Swamp. It's the ivory bill one. We don't have those here.
All right.
What do you do with your rhubarb leaves?
They're asking somebody else.
Oh, somebody else. They said we don't grow rhubarb here. It's too hot.
Okay, since I've been using DE, I have not had any problems with tomatoes. Tomato hornworms. Oh, okay. Maybe it's a nutrient problem with the beans.
I don't think it is because the ground was fertilized with like 20 buckets of barn manure and everything like that put in there, so I don't think it is.
Marshall Farm says he tried to tell you to get a Kubota.
Yeah, and I did. I eventually did, but I had to get rid of the other tractor first.
Really, to start with.
I did want one to start with.
The price.
I didn't have the money to start with.
We had to go a different route money-wise, and we had to go the long way around.
Yeah, we had to go the long way around.
But we got there. All right, Anita says, hi there from gloomy California. Hope everybody is doing good. Yeah, the rattlesnake beans are amazing, and we're going to plant some more. We may put some over at the cabin garden. Right now, the peas and beans that I have over there, and I think most of them are beans. Red beans, pinto beans, azuki beans, whatever they are looking really dark green. And I have not even been watering them. I've just been letting them grow, so I don't know what's going on there. Gemini's using her black light. She's hunting tomato hornworms.
Now, we haven't found that many hornworms. We found 3 on the pepper plant.
I found 4 or 5 in my Greenstalk.
In our Greenstalk, you found 4 or 5. I found 1 on my tomato plants down here, but that's about
Steve
it.
Scott. So, let me think what else. I think most everything else was talking about people that need prayers later. So, okay.
Yeah, we'll get that later. Yeah. Red Duchess Farm. Good evening.
Yeah, so what are some of the ways that you can beat the heat?
Stay out of it.
Stay inside.
No, you can use the frog togs. We have one of the things that you put around your neck. You can heat those. I mean, you can wet those up. You know, that does good. You can wear the big sombrero type hat. You know, you can put a wet towel around your neck.
The best thing is get up early.
Get up early before the sun comes up.
And go in when it gets too hot.
Yeah.
When it gets this hot, it's usually August here, but now it's just the 1st of June. But usually in August, Danny and I get up, get everybody fed, all the animals, anything that needs doing outside. And by August, we don't have anything really growing. Very, very little.
Yeah.
And we get everything done outside and back in probably by 7:30.
7:30, 8 o'clock, we're usually
We're
pretty
back
much,
in.
we're back in the house.
And we don't go back out till about 8 o'clock at night. So, but that's August.
Yeah.
Right now, we've got things all over the place going, and it all needs taken care of. And that's one reason we are downing some of the animals. We just don't see a benefit right now. It's too hot. You can't get up early.
No. Can't get up early. Oh.
Yeah, so the first thing
we do keep these with us everywhere we go. It doesn't matter. We carry several of them. If we go to the fields, we carry several of them with ice water in it.
Yeah, you need to stay hydrated. So
Yeah.
we take water, Cokes, tea, coffee, energy drinks, all that stuff. If you're doing sugar, that's not the best thing to do to stay hydrated. You really need water. And Danny and I drink several things of these a day. And
there's Bonterre. Hello, Nunda.
Hello.
There's Steve. I see he popped in here.
Yeah. Don't keep your house too cold, and you can tolerate the heat better.
That is true.
Yes, we did not turn our air conditioner on till
Was it about
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago we turned it on for the first time. Yeah.
And we tried really hard not to. I even canned the week before we turned it on a couple of days without any air conditioning in this house. Believe me, it got hot. But we had to finally turn it on because we just couldn't handle it. And we've been canning, not every day, but every other day or so, doing some canning. So it is really, really hard to can in a house that's 90 degrees.
Yeah.
There's Grampy Campy.
Jennifer says they keep their air set on 78. That's about where ours stays.
Is it too
late to plant rattlesnake beans? Really, it's not.
No, you can plant them.
You can.
Because they'll grow till frost.
Yeah.
If the heat don't kill them.
BWW says I would melt in that kind of heat. Our air conditioner runs most all day. In our house,
all night.
And all night. Our house is so big, it usually only gets to what, 75? It doesn't really get any colder than that in here.
I don't think it ever gets to that. I think 78 is about
78 is about as cool as it ever gets, and the unit's working perfect. I mean, it's blowing ice cold air, but the house, I just built too big a house is what it is.
Yeah. Hey, Dirt Patch. Today, the heat index was 115.
115, Julie.
115. Don't you want to come to Mississippi? She's probably going to
Beth said, what would y'all do if the grid was to go down? We'd probably go over to the cabin because it would be...
It's easier to heat and cool.
It's easier to heat and cool it than it is over here.
Yeah. We stayed over there last night, and I'm going to have a video on Crazy Days. On the video, I didn't tell that we did stay all night. We just left it that we were planning on it. But wait till you see the video. You'll have to watch Crazy Days probably tomorrow. I should have it up. I'm not sure, but I think I'll have it up tomorrow. We spent the night, and it was nice. The cabin cooled off during the night, probably in the 70s.
It was 73 when I woke up this morning inside the cabin.
Yeah. So it was really nice. It was like having air conditioning.
It was like having air conditioning.
It was hot when we got over there, but it cooled off.
But we just put a fan in the window and used our little electric generator that we did the review on, and it ran for, what, 4 hours, didn't you say?
4 or 5.
4 or 5 hours, and it blew that night air into the cabin. It cooled it off.
Yeah. But the video's all about what we did when we got over there. So y'all have fun. It was a fun video.
Nanda, if we could travel, we probably wouldn't mind coming seeing if we could cool off.
Oh, she's not far from us, and I'm sure it's probably 4 degrees cooler.
Oh, I don't know.
I guarantee you. Nanda, what was it?
It may be, the heat index may not be
We
so
would
bad.
have to go where Dirt Patch is to cool off.
Yeah. I know, I watch her videos, and she's always got a jacket on. It just irritates me. I'm like, how can that be that way?
Well, when she was here, she wore a jacket most of the time.
That's true. That's true. How is the fingerling potatoes doing? They have not come up yet.
No, it's only been a little over a week.
It's only been a little over a week, and it's been powder dry, so, you know.
Yeah. And Danny planted some peanuts. They haven't come up yet, but like I say, it's only been about a week. He also planted some Danny corn, and it's coming up sporadically because we've not had any rain. So those are kind of on hold to see if they're going to do anything.
Tommy said it's hot here in Kentucky as well. Yep.
Julie needed a fire last night.
Oh, man.
That's just wrong.
I'm telling you.
Our okra's up.
The okra's about that tall and it wilts in the middle of the day. Okay, so it may or may not make it.
And the little rabbit has decided he likes it.
Yeah, the
Danny
rabbit
hasn't found the rabbit yet. Do you have a book on how to grow peanuts?
No, I don't have a book on it. We got a row of them planted, but it's so powder dry, so the ants may eat them before they come up.
Yeah. So we've been planting some things just because it's the time to plant here.
Yeah.
But with no rain, and possibly within a week, week and a half, we'll probably get some rain.
Well, next week, the latter part of next week, they're talking about 6 days of straight rain. We'll go from one extreme to the other, I guess.
Yeah. So I was trying to think, what other ways to handle
Mama Tried Homestead says, can you plant a fall crop of green beans? Not here, you can't.
No, once it It's hard to plant in the fall English peas or green beans.
Yeah. I fertilized and healed my Danny corn this week, Jan said.
Wow.
I hadn't had a chance to even fertilize. Well, mine's fertilized when I planted it, but
How long have you lived on this homestead? Danny's been here since...
I've been here 30 years.
But on this one...
On this one, I was across the road for 15 years, and I've been over here for 15.
So you've been here 15. I've been here 6.
Yeah.
Danny and I married 6 years ago, and we started Deep South Homestead.
I've been here 16 years.
We started it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But Danny and I started building an edible landscape before we started Deep South Homestead. We decided that we wanted every inch of this place to be an edible landscape, and that's what the video is Monday, is showing you we have turned this into an edible landscape.
Yeah, it's I've lived here across the road and right here for 30 years. I have never seen it this bad. In 2000, we was in a 4-year drought, and it was not this bad.
Red Duchess said there's still a mud hole and more rain in the forecast. Yeah. Did y'all get any of the tornadoes, or were y'all kind of in that spot that did not get any?
I have no sun, says it's still spring in the north, 50 degrees.
All right. When is the best time to move a fig tree? Do they like full sun or partial shade?
Figs like partial shade. They do better in a partial
They
shade.
like a building.
They like to be on the south side of a building.
Yeah. And they will do
They'll do really well. Something where the eave can drip water off on it, you know.
Are we having a hard time keeping the garden watered?
No, he said, Danny, we are having a hard time keeping the garden watered. The sun
we
is so
are
hot.
too.
We're the same way, Steve. We're putting probably 30 to 40 gallons of water a morning and evening out.
Now, Michelle says she plants bush beans in August in Houston. Wow. And Charlotte says they've been really dry, too. Sherry, happy 31st wedding anniversary.
Happy 31st wedding anniversary, yeah.
Yeah.
See, Terry Tanya Thomas says, here in southern Iowa, it's 69 right now. Beautiful breeze, almost chilly. First day without rain in weeks. Lots of flooding. Hubby built raised beds just so we could get plants in.
Yeah.
So we...
Red Duchess
says
says
no tornadoes.
Now, Texas had a lot. We were looking at a map. Texas has had, I guess since the first of the year, 130-something tornadoes.
Yeah, Gene, yes, we have great insulation.
And Mississippi's had 80, I think it's 83 or 85 tornadoes. And then Missouri.
The answer questions is going by.
Okay.
Nunda, yes, you can grow fig trees in a pot, but they will only grow as large as the pot is, and you'll need to bring them in the wintertime. The other ones just got past me.
It's hard to read. Hey, two family.
Just Alex says our turkey figs is 10 foot tall and loaded with figs. Good deal.
Dealing with unfriendly visit from the Colorado potato beetles.
That's one thing, knock on wood, we have not had.
We didn't have to deal with the potato bugs.
We have had back-to-back storms and flooding, Lou says.
Over 500 tornadoes last month, I heard on the news.
Yeah.
Okay, so the map was saying 183. I don't know if that was like this week or what. I mean, I know it couldn't be. It had to have been over. It said the year.
Scott said their anniversary is today, too.
Oh.
Well, happy anniversary.
Everybody's got married today, huh?
How do you get water to your plants? Is it from a well you drink water, or is it a creek water? It's from a well that we have on our property here. We fill about 7 5-gallon buckets at a time, and we take them out to the field and we hand water our plants.
Yes, we've been hand watering all of them on the hill.
Checking and no potato beetles yet, Sherry said. In southwest Missouri, you can plant green beans every 2 weeks until around mid-September. You cannot do that here. We have fogs, PN,
it's supposed to be figs.
Figs
on one tree,
in a big pot. Okay.
We're having to figure out Mark. I'm pretty sure it's Mark. It might be Jamie. I'm in zone 7. When can I plant carrots?
For full season, I would probably say this September or early October.
Yeah. All right, now Mountain Creek says, I've been noticing the food shortage issue you've been talking about. One of the grocery stores here in South Carolina has put other non-food items on the shelves where food used to be and carrying less food.
Yeah, we're noticing that everywhere, and we're noticing the prices are beginning to jump tremendously.
Yes, and when we did the Walmart thing on Crazy Days, they're remodeling our Walmart. Yeah. They're remodeling the Walmart at my mom's. So in the video, I asked, was people around getting it? And they're remodeling Walmart everywhere. I mean, all over the place that people are saying. And yeah, they have legitimate excuses, and I get that. But it makes it difficult to find things. Every 6 months, they're remodeling Walmart.
They're doing it on purpose. Yeah.
And the food items are going away. There's not as many of the items we're used to, and I noticed a lot of high dollar specialty items. That was something that I noticed on one of the aisles. Things, because there was, what made me really hit home was this one guy walked by and it had like markdown items, and the markdown prices were way higher than I'd pay for anything, even though it was already marked down. And he looked at it and he says, that stuff's too expensive for my blood, and he walked off. It was high dollar items that normal people don't buy.
Kubota Acre says his candy onions are the size of softballs and still growing.
Whoa.
Nice.
We were hoping for that, but
ours didn't even make any.
Yeah.
Prices are getting so high, Charlotte said. That is true. Yeah, the real thing you're going to see is going to be coming this October and November. One of the things you're going to see right now, they're talking about corn. They'll say that technically only 30% of the corn crops in the United States have been planted. But if you look at the agribusiness, it will say up to 70%. The reason that is if they did not get corn in the ground by the end of May, they could not have the crop insurance. So they went out and planted corn in flooded fields.
Yeah, they called it wet planting.
They call it wet planting, knowing that it's not going to come up. They did it just to get the insurance. And the agriculture department is saying now, quote unquote, we have 70% of our corn planted, which is a total lie. We are only about 30% in the United States, which means that there's 70% of the corn not going to be grown this year.
Yeah. I mean, when you wet plant something, you go out. I asked Danny what they do, take a rowboat out there and plant in the water. You know, what were they doing?
Now, around us here, we have some of the most beautiful cornfields around here you'll ever see.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we should have took pictures.
We should have stopped and took pictures the other day, just acres and acres and acres of the most beautiful corn you'll ever see.
But it is GMO.
It's GMO corn, but it's
corn.
And
it's funky looking. When we first saw it a couple of years ago, I made Danny stop. I said, what is going on with this corn? This is not normal. That looks weird. And the way it grows, people in corn country may have seen it for years, but here in the South, we'd only seen normal corn. This corn looks funky, y'all. But it is beautiful, perfect rows.
Perfect, I'm talking about.
All the same size. You know, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
John Hendrickson said the fall armyworms are destroying massive amounts of Chinese corn.
Wow. Yeah, I heard China was having a lot of their issues with it too. When you were listening to that. ISDA
Markham says figures at least 13 million acres will not be planted due to the weather.
Yeah. GMO equals nutrient.
Yeah, that's right. GMO equals nutrient deficient, plus it puts a bacteria in the gut that continues to manifest itself.
Sherry says there are grain bins breaking open from ground flooding and farmers are losing their grain.
Yeah.
We saw some of the bins with, and I don't see, it just would be horrible. There's too many of them getting wet.
Flannel says the South will always have food. Yes, that's one thing about being in the South. We'll have some sort of food.
And that's why we have the type landscape we do. We do have some grass on quite a few spots, If we could plant something in every spot, we probably would to keep from having to mow all the grass. But once you see our video, there's so much to see and so many plants here that it's unreal. And it's hard to keep all of them going, and we're doing our best to have something to eat.
Tasha, no, it's not too late to plant cucumbers. Cucumbers will grow all through the summer.
Oh, I'm getting sleepy.
You're getting sleepy on us? So we got 5 minutes till 9 o'clock.
Okay, so they can be putting prayer requests.
Put your prayer request up. We have several prayer requests tonight.
Broussard's daughter.
Mr. Broussard's daughter, what's her name? Cheyenne, I believe it is.
I think it was Cheyenne.
She had surgery, emergency surgery this week, and we want to keep them in our prayers. She's home now, according to what I've been able to find out, doing good.
Fred Stanley's dad.
Yes, Fred Stanley's father.
Cancer. Wasn't a good report on it. It was cancer.
Yeah, cancer.
And then his wife, Nikki, is going through treatments for cancer.
Cancer treatments.
And we want to remember Nikki. And then the Canada fires.
Yes,
the
Canada
lady
fire.
that was taken to the hospital there.
The flooding of the United States, the places that are flooding, people who's lost homes, cattle, fields, and all that kind of stuff, you know, due to the inclement weather.
Wild hogs ate half of my 3 rows of corn in one night. Wow.
Wow.
We don't have wild hogs. We have some
killed
deer,
all the wild
but
hogs
haven't
out.
come in yet.
Yeah.
We've been going back and forth to the cabin so much that I think we're kind of keeping the deer at bay right now. But now we do have a rabbit that's eating in my garden that Danny's got to get. We've got a rabbit out here in the front garden that's eating his okra.
Yeah.
Homestead Hippie says. Pictures. Not sure which picture it is.
Okay, hang on. We forgot it. No, you're on the webcam. Don't turn it off.
Oh. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
That was last night. Danny was enjoying the hot weather.
This was 102-degree temperature and me sitting on the porch.
I was looking for this. That's when you were picking.
We were picking peaches today up in the peach tree. These are some of our peaches hanging on the tree.
Aren't they beautiful? Just awesome.
I mean, I'm babying that tree.
Oh, the calendar. We didn't get to the calendar, but if you're on our Patreon thing, that is a copy of the funeral home calendar for the month. I did put that up, and I'm going to try and keep a couple of days at a time put up on Patreon. There it is. That's what I was looking for.
That's what was in Ms. Wanda's herb garden the other night. Needless to say,
Hank saved the day.
Hank saved the day. Well, it was actually 4 o'clock in the morning. Hank went to barking. And I knew when he was barking, I needed to go get my gun. So I got my gun and headed out the door. And as soon as I stepped out the door, he was right at my feet.
He was right by my shrimp plant, because you can see a piece of the shrimp plant there.
Yeah.
This, you said it weighed a lot, too.
It's about a 20-pound armadillo. He was huge.
Yeah. And
these are our banana peppers, and look at the bug right underneath the bottom of them there. It's like a pill bug or something.
Yes. What else?
And those are our mucho nacho peppers.
So we had a few things, but the armadillo, we knew there was one on the place. We've seen signs of it for a year or so, and Danny's just never been able to catch it. And so Hank let us know, and Danny was able to get him.
Hank was, he done his job, as usual. And we were happy about that. He's turned out to be a pretty good guard dog. He lets us know if anything moves.
Mary wants to know how much destruction can armadillos do.
Armadillos can destroy everything.
They dig everything.
They dig and root up everything.
They call them the possum on a half shell.
Country Homestead Preacher said, "Are those peppers hot?" Never had those. They're not real hot.
The mucho nachos are like a jalapeno.
They're like it, but they're not as hot, are they?
They're a mild hot.
Yeah.
I think they would probably be a touch sweeter than a jalapeno if that's what possible. Now, if you let them get older, they might get hotter, but we pick them at a stage where they're not really, really hot.
Yeah.
The people in Canada for the fires.
Yeah, Azaleen, yeah, we've got people in Canada for the fires.
Armadillos are mini tanks.
Yes.
They will dig a yard up in a heartbeat. You can walk outside and they have holes everywhere. They can really, really do a lot of damage in a garden. So they were in my herb garden. If Danny had not went out, they could have torn my whole herb garden out.
Mary says, so what happened to Mr. Armadillo? He took a dirt nap.
A bullet to the head.
He took a bullet. That's what happened to him. He took a bullet and then he took a dirt nap.
Yes.
Around here, if you're not a beneficial animal, you usually go away.
Yeah. And he's trying to catch something over at the cabin.
Yeah.
What do you...
I think it's a possum because I saw little tiny feet prints in the sand. There's a lot of little possum feet.
Yeah.
And we'll get them eventually because if you...
what kind of...
What did I shoot him with? I shot him with my 12-gauge Remington 870 Turkey Special 3.5-inch modified super full choke. Believe me.
Did you just say I shot him with a gun? That's what I would have said.
No, I shot him with my turkey gun. I shot him with something that'll reach out there and touch you.
Yeah.
All
right, you want to catch the pest and put some eggshells out in... Oh, out. They love to eat. I guess he's saying put some eggshells in.
Roscoe said that ought to do it.
It did.
Freedom Acres, Amanda says, good thing y'all don't shoot all trespassers. It's a good thing, yeah.
No, we don't.
Oh, man.
Oh, my, Danny, you know your stuff.
Yep.
Don't get me started
Don't
on
get me started on guns. And I was a shooter for 9 years, so...
A 22 works well.
A 22 would have worked well, but I never know what I'm going to face when I go out and my dog's barking. So I take a weapon that ain't nothing going to walk away from.
A 12-gauge Armadillo.
Oh.
Possums are good for the place.
But not my place, because they eat my pigs, they eat everything
around.
They eat
everything we have.
They eat everything we have.
Chickens.
Yeah.
We try to get rid of the possums and the coons.
Any kind. If you're a possum, a coon, an armadillo, a fox, a coyote, whatever, a rat.
Sometimes a rabbit.
I've been shooting rats at night here lately.
Yes.
You don't make it if you come to my place. Let's just put it that way.
Possums kill chickens, yes.
Yes, possums kill chickens. Coons kill chickens.
Firefly Moonpie says a 410, and Gemini says tell Buddy she needs to step up from a 22. She needs a 360? What is that one I shot? That was easier to shoot.
Oh no, you shot a 22 is what you. No, that's what you qualified with.
No, but the other one that I told you I wanted, it wasn't the 9mm, it was the other one.
The 380.
380.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't know my numbers. It shot better than the 9mm to me. It was easier.
Sherry says they always do a backward flip when they get shot. This one didn't move. When I shot this one, he just like he just was just there. He didn't, because usually if you shoot them with a 22, they'll flip or something like that.
Yeah, everybody's saying 380. See, they all know guns better than I do.
And yes, anybody, Valerie, I did hear about the Ebola outbreak over in Texas where the immigrants coming across the border. I did hear about that.
Shooting rats with a 12-gauge. He's shooting the rats with the...
No, I shoot them with
22.
22. I have several 22s. I have one that has rat shot in it, and I love it. Man. I got a scope on it. I go out there with a light, and I put the crosshairs on them while they're running across the beams and just take them out. The 380 is good for small hands, yes. Yeah. But a 380 now, if I'm going to have a close confrontation with someone, I like the Glock 9mm Glock. That's my favorite. Wanda and I both are certified advanced concealed carry people. Glock. Yeah, she could shoot the Glock.
It's just that it was heavier and more bundlesome, and I like the 380 better. If I had my druthers, I'd just tote a 22 and be done with it. But Danny says I'd have to throw it and hit somebody.
Well, with a 22, you'd have to shoot them 25 times to slow them down. You know.
So he said I needed something.
Yeah, because I can take that 9mm Glock and shoot 15 times in about 4 seconds. I mean, so it's literally,
if I take my time with the Glock.
Yeah, if you
I
took
had
your
to, I had to
time,
really take time
but
to shoot it.
in an
well.
emergency, you don't have time.
That's why I can't do the Glock.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay,
get back to our prayer request. We're way after 9 o'clock.
Yeah. So mainly everybody in the U.S. has had tornadoes, flooding, whatever.
Just our country, because I believe God's hand has been lifted off of our country. I'll be honest with you.
Hey, North Star.
When you surprise homestead friends, you run the risk of getting shot.
She wasn't going to get shot, believe me. It's pretty good.
Gemini said the other night she couldn't get her 22, so she took a broomstick out to a possum. Gemini, I killed 9 animals one night with a broomstick, so I know it can be done. Prayers. Blue Ridge Prepper said they lost her mom. That's right. Remember they sent us a message. Yes. Lost her mom on Sunday.
Yes, I was going to mention the families that have lost loved ones, because there's been several, but Blue Ridge did send a message.
Yeah. Don't forget Baby Ben, Melissa and them. Yes, Baby Ben got to come home.
He's home. He was so cute. He was laying up in the bed. He didn't have all the hospital paraphernalia on him.
Right.
And he was looking pretty healthy, kicking and moving, and the other kids were laying around him. So.
Just Alex says, pray for me. Stroke is prison in your mind.
Yes. And Melissa needs, she needs some
rest. She's still healing.
She needs to heal. Grampy Campy says his wife with a terminal lung illness.
Yeah.
Just Alex can't speak or walk.
Yeah. Wanda and I desire your prayers. We're making lots of changes. Not only on the homestead, we have physical issues that need prayer. Yeah. You know, we do covet your prayers as well. But anyway, we need to go ahead and go to the Lord in prayer so that we can, everybody can get their night's rest. Father, we thank you so much for being so good to us. You always do more for us than what you should. You know, I mean, if we got what we deserved, it would be hell. But Father, you're so good that you literally show grace and mercy towards us all the time. And Father, we want to stop and take this moment and think about those that have cancer. Lord, we pray for them that they can have healing for their bodies and grace to endure the treatments and stuff that they have to go through. And Father, many times we forget about the caregivers. I've been a caregiver, so I know that I know what they go through, and I pray for the caregivers of sick people also, Lord. Father, we think about Baby Ben as he was born and had problems, and it seems like he's doing okay now, and they're home, and I pray for him and Melissa and the whole family. And Lord, we sometimes we forget to do praise items. We want to praise you that Amanda got good reports this past week from her doctor. She's doing well now, been set free, and we want to praise you for good reports on that. And Father, we think about the state that our country is in, all the flooding, the tornadoes, the loss of life and everything, Lord. We just pray that our country could just, in some way, Lord, maybe just turn back to you, and you would lift the curse off of our nation here. And Father, we just want to take time and think about those that losing crops right now, don't have food to eat. We want to pray for those that are trying to prep, Father, that you would give them the financial resources to be able to prep, and then help them to be able to find the things that they need to be able to prep with, as there's going to be shortages of them. And we just ask for blessings in those areas, Father. And Lord, there's been so many mentioned here tonight. Unspoken prayer requests. We have unspoken ourselves. We pray that, that, Lord, that you'll hear the very intent of the heart. We thank you that Broussard's daughter was able to come home, and she's doing well. Thank you for that. And Lord, we're just thankful for so many things that you do for us on a daily basis now. We thank you that you gave us this channel, that we have good people, and we pray for everyone on here tonight that they can be blessed in a magnificent way, Father. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay.
I'm tired right now. I'm having trouble seeing.
Having trouble seeing? Okay.
And all I do is yawn. The last 5 minutes is just a yawn. I'm
Okay.
sorry, guys.
It's all right. We're
Good
going to jump
night.
off and let everyone have a chance to get a good night's rest. And thank y'all for coming on here with us tonight. Thank you for being a part of Deep South Homestead's live stream. We really appreciate it. All of you all that are over on Patreon, thank y'all for going over there. We're trying to keep that channel up. We're trying to keep good videos going over there. We're trying to keep Deep South up, and we're trying to keep Crazy Days up.
Yeah, y'all check out Crazy Days tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's got a pretty good video coming up on Crazy Days, I think.
Yeah, if I can get it uploaded after a while.
Yeah.
So, guys, we will talk to y'all later.
We will see you in the next video, guys.
My wind's blowing my hair.
I know.
Thanks, guys.